Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night only to be frustrated by having to put on your glasses or sit up in order to see the time on the alarm clock? Well, I've shared in that frustration too. And that's why I'm excited today to be talking to you about this projection alarm clock. It was sent to me by the company so I could do an honest review. And as I've went through and have been learning about this alarm clock and using it, I've found that not only does it project the time, but there's some other features on here that were very surprising. So let's start out by taking a look at what we get in the box and learn about these different features. In addition to the clock itself, we also get the power cord and the block that we use to power the clock. And we also get the user manual, which I might say is very well written. As we get ready to use this alarm clock, let's first talk about the power brick and the cord. When attached together, they give us an amazing reach of 5 feet. And that pretty much means that we'll be able to plug this in wherever we want. Before we get started, let's take a look on the bottom of the alarm clock where we see that there's room for 2 AAA batteries. These AAA batteries don't keep the alarm clock running while the power is out, but instead, if the power were to go out, it keeps track of the time and the alarms that you've set so that when the power comes back on, you don't need to reset everything. As we get ready to plug the power cord into the back of the alarm clock, let's point out that there is a USB and a USB-C port in the back of the alarm clock, so you can also use the alarm clock to charge your portable electronic devices like your cell phone. Hey guys, I'm Dan, and welcome to Dan's Review Lab. I test all kinds of products, so you don't have to. If you find something interesting in this video, check the description for my affiliate link. This means that I will earn a small commission if you buy something. It won't cost you anything extra, but it helps support the channel so I can keep bringing you honest reviews. I certainly appreciate it, and now let's get back to the review. So for the rest of this video, let me point out that when we look at the numbers on this alarm clock, it might look like the numbers are going on and off or aren't steadily on, but that is just something that you're seeing because of the camera that I'm using. The lights are solid and bright. They're not flashing or looking unsteady in any way. So now that we have the alarm clock all set up, let's talk about some of its different features. First, there is the time like we would expect, telling us whether it's AM or PM. It also has the date, which is a nice touch that you don't see on a lot of alarm clocks. And it also tells us the temperature and humidity of the room that we're in. And we can switch it here, it's on Fahrenheit, but we can switch it to Celsius as well, just pushing the button down here. Now, as we go across the buttons on the top, this button here is for the date and the time, and the plus and minus is to set things up or down when we're getting things set up. The snooze button here is more than a snooze button, however. We push it once and it's a night light. We push it again, it's a little bit dimmer of a night light, and we push it one more time and we turn it off. We can also set the volume of the alarm. There's several different settings, and let's just go through them quickly. I like number 4. Number 1 is very quiet. So as you can see, you can get from very quiet to very loud with the alarms. And you also will notice that there are 2 alarms set up here. So if you have one time you want to get up on Monday through Friday, you can set that. And if you have another time you want to get up on the weekends, you can set that. And you also have the option to turn that alarm off for Monday through Friday or the weekend. And then the last button over here controls the brightness of the display. Here we are on the brightest setting, and we go all the way down to 1. I don't know, some people like it dimmer. Myself, I like it to be brighter. Okay, now we can take a look at the end here. We have the projector, and you see it rotates all the way around almost. And we can see that this button right here is the power button to turn on the projector, and then this is the dimmer switch, or the brightness control. Gives you different settings for what you prefer. And then when you have it projecting on the ceiling or the wall, you can also rotate this around to focus the image, because depending on the distance away from the clock that you're projecting onto, this will become out of focus if you don't adjust it. So that's a nice feature that they gave us with that as well. Here we see the time projected on the wall from a distance of 9 feet away. The numbers on the wall measure 10 inches in height. And as you can see, they're pretty clear, but remember, there is a lens adjustment on the projector where we can turn the lens to make it clear at whatever distance we are from. So let me spin the lens, and you can see it starts to become blurry. So whatever distance you are projecting the time from, adjust the lens to make it as clear as possible. And remember, depending on which direction you are projecting from, the time might be flipped, like so. And if you see this, all you need to do is push the power button, and it flips it back the way you want it. So regardless of whichever way you want to project the time, you can have it be in an upright position. And also remember that this is at the brightest setting, the level 5, but there are 4 lower levels of brightness as well. So thanks to this alarm clock, the days of having to sit up or put on my glasses in order to see the time in the middle of the night are over. I highly recommend it. I hope this video was helpful.